Welcome back. So now let me go and bring this base file which we have already declared and implemented in our previous lectures. So base.java. If you remember, we have written this file for implementing this capabilities method. So basically this method will actually set all your capabilities, what all you want to run as part of your test case execution. So one is you have to set the device name on where you want to execute your test cases, and the automation name, which is UI Automator 2, and the path of your app, which app you are trying to automate. So once you fill up all these capabilities, then you have to initialize your Android driver with that capabilities object, okay, and then we are sending this driver back to our test case from this method. Okay, so this is what we built as a capabilities in our previous sections. So I am now going to use same file and I'll bring back this to my framework and I'll modify this. Right now there are many hard coded things here. You see that app is hard coded. You might have multiple test cases and each test case may use different app, right? So this is wrong way. You need to make this generic, and the device name is also hard coded. You may run this on real device, you may run this on another emulator. So passing the name from here is also not right method. So there are some hard coded problems in this method. So first of all, let's copy this file into our framework and we'll see how to fix and remove this hard coding things and make this method more generic so that it can be reusable across any test case which have a requirement of any app and any device they are working on. Okay, so I'll quickly bring this file into my project. So this is not the test, this is something, a reusable utility which we use for our test cases. So all those kind of files should be stored in main/java. Okay, so test/java should only have test cases, whereas in main/java we will build all the utilities required for our framework development. I'll paste it here under this practice.appium framework. Okay, now I'll go to the test case and you see that error is gone, and these are the packages we are not using as part of this test, so I can remove that. Instead of giving a warning here, I can simply get rid of the packages which I am not using. Perfect. Now there is no error in this test. Now it's time to fix this capability method by removing some hard coding stuff. So let me go back to the capabilities. So the app name should come from your test case. Basically every test case have information about which APK that test case belongs to, right? So in general, app information should come from your test case. Basically you need to send a parameter for your capabilities method on which app you want to execute. Okay, tomorrow I may have another test case. That test case may use another app, right? Maybe I may have one app for e-commerce, one app for backend products display. So there could be different apps. One could be for admin to manage and handle all the information, what all the orders they receive, and one could be the client side for the users to buy their products. So rule here is that when you develop a framework, make sure that your test case gives you information on what app you are trying to automate. So basically you have to send the parameter of your app from this capabilities method. It should not be hard coded directly in this method. And tomorrow if they are working on another app, they may also need to use this capability method. So if you hard code here directly, no matter what app you use, ultimately this it opens this general store.apk. So let's get rid of this first. We should not directly send this. This information should come from here, string app. So that app should come and fall here. Okay. So move your cursor on this, change app string. There is an error here because the same app string variable is here as well. Maybe you can say apk file or app name, and then you can use that name so that it remains unique and will not collide with any other app name. Perfect. So we are now telling that this should come from the capabilities. So that means you have to send your app name here. You see that now it's throwing an error message because as we modified that, now this method is expecting some parameter to send. Here you send that parameter of which app you want to automate. Okay. So right now you don't have app with you. Let's go and bring that app and place somewhere in the main/java folder. Okay. So the app is already present in our tutorial project which we have done in our previous sections. So let me get the app from there first. Yeah, this is the app, right? general-store.apk. Let me cross check if that is the app I am providing. Yes. Now I'll copy this app and I'll come back to my new project Appium framework, and I'll go to the source folder, main Java, practice. Yes, I'll paste it here. Perfect. Now go back to your project and refresh your specific project present, and then it will reflect the app whatever you put it there. Okay, nice. App is present here, and now you need to send this app information from your test case. Yeah, here. So this is how you have to drive it. So now you have eliminated the hard coding of providing app in capabilities. Now there is another problem here. So you are providing this apk file name. So let's say that there are 15 test cases which are dependent and which are executing on this specific app. So tomorrow developer have prepared one more apk version for this. He have made some changes and he released a version like this, apk 2.0. Now what happened? There is an update for an app. Just assume that app got updated with another Android version and your dev team asking you to use this specific app name now. So what will you do? Now this app name we are hard coding that in 10 files. So you need to go to each and every file and change the app file name. Okay, you changed it, and again after a week developer pushed one more update and he said that, hey, get the app 3.0, and again you have to change it here. So every time whenever latest versions are releasing, they will release the app with that version number. So if you simply hard code with one version number which you have today like this with 1.0, tomorrow it might not exist. So for that reason you have to first of all make this app name globalized. Okay, so just follow me. By end of this lecture you will understand what I am trying to achieve. It might take at least 10 minutes to bring to the exact point of what I am trying to prove here, right? So the name here is not suggestible. You know that this is general store app, right? You will simply say that app is general store app. That's it. Give like this. Somewhere in your framework provide a mapping that if general store app string is found, then map it to the current apk file number. Like that you have to set in your framework somewhere, so that tomorrow when 4.0 is released, you will go and change simply that mapping file to 4. So now when you run your tests again, and whenever you ask to run using general store app, so this general store app will simply now point to the latest 4.0, and all your test cases will be get updated with this version. So basically you need to provide one general string here saying general store app, and for this you have to provide exact mapping of which version you need to use, so that if you change it in one place, it will automatically update in all your test cases. So that's the idea behind. For that you have to define some global properties to this framework. Now let us see what are those global properties and how to define those in Appium framework in our next lecture. Okay, thank you.